The 7 Steps to a Successful Student series is brought to you by the Student Loan Finance Corporation and iHelp College Planning Services. For more information on preparing your student for college, please visit us at ihelploan.com. Hello and welcome to 7 Steps to a Successful Student. I'm your host, Doug High. It is good to have you with us. If you hear some hustle and bustle behind me, we are coming to you from a college fair. A lot of young students out there looking for that perfect fit. And we're going to help you with that. Today we're going to examine a very important aspect of the college admission process. Are you ready for this? It's the beginning. So we're going to cover when and where and how to apply. To help us through, we have a 10-year admissions professional with us. We'd like to introduce to you Ned Fraser. Ned, it's good to have you with us, sir.
It's my pleasure to be here. Appreciate the opportunity.
The question we hear all the time, when is the best time to apply for college? The old saying, it's always better to be an hour early rather than a minute late. That certainly applies. But when truly is the best time to apply?
The best time to apply is when you can submit your strongest application. You'll have several options at many of the different schools that you're considering. Some will be early plans that you can submit before the regular decision deadlines. Some will be called rolling admission, meaning you'll get feedback within several weeks of your completed application. There's even an option out there called early decision. Now that's not an option for everyone, but that's something to consider. So among the many options, you'll need to figure out and sort through which of them will give you the best opportunity to present yourself in the best light in the applicant pool.
Okay, Ned, you mentioned early decision. What is that exactly? Elaborate a little if you would, please.
Yeah, an early decision is a process not for every applicant. If throughout your college search you'd stumble upon a school, or frankly through research and hard work, you find that school where you know you'd like to spend the next 4 years, consider early decision. It'll be an opportunity to put your name in the pot early. You are, as part of that process, however, letting that school know that should you be accepted, you're going to accept their offer of admission, assuming that the financial aid package is right. The downside there is you would not be able to compare the offers that you might receive through regular decision processes. And in fact, if you apply early decision and accept an early decision offer of admission, you must withdraw your applications from other schools that you're considering. So you are limited to one school with early decision.
Very good. So some schools have a college placement office, some don't.
Right.
So what's the best place to find the college that's right for you?
That'll be up to you. Lots of research. You'll need to spend time, almost like another part-time job or another class that you'll be taking, particularly your senior year. There are several resources out there that I could point you to. One of my favorites is a resource called Colleges That Change Lives. And it's not just because there are 40 great schools in it, but the first third of that book outlines some great strategies and approaches to putting together an effective college search. Of course, there are any number of other guidebooks out there that you can sort through. Ultimately, you're going to need to personally invest yourself in that process, get on campuses, visit them, chat with students, chat with faculty, sit in on class, research, field research, if you will, to see how you feel about that particular institution.
So Ned, I've got my reach schools and my safety schools.
Right.
Is there a balance between stacking that list between the safety school and the reach school?
And I'm going to go back to the original research you're doing. You're putting schools on your list, I hope, that you know will help you succeed, help you meet your goals as a student and your goals as a productive citizen once you graduate. So, having said that, you may develop a list of schools. Then you, of course, being the savvy students that you are, understand, based on your record and the attributes that you bring to the community, how you might fit in their profile. And that's probably where you get the notion of a reach school. You may see a school that has certain parameters in terms of its test scores and grades and kinds of courses that they expect you to take in preparation. If perhaps you don't quite match all those criteria, you might call that a reach school. But it might be a school you're still very interested in. Absolutely, you should consider that school. But then you'll also need to have those schools that you're very excited about, where you know you're going to be a good and happy member of the community.
Okay, what grades do I need to get into college?
It depends on the kinds of schools you're considering, on the record that you have. The best advice I can give you, juniors and seniors predominantly, I presume in the audience here, give your consistent best effort. Good things come from that. You might not be the next 4.0 student or the next genius in a particular discipline, but you need to be able to present and submit an application that represents you and represents your consistent best effort.
What really is the definition of an all-around good student or a well-balanced student?
Any number of things can represent a well-rounded student and balanced applicant. We are looking for ways that you are engaged, broadly speaking, not just necessarily in your classroom experience, but also in the broader community. That for us is going to be an important measure that we try to take.
More tests, ACT, SAT. What is the most important test for the college application process?
It depends. Some schools will require that you submit standardized tests, right? Some schools will have minimum requirements. Some schools won't have requirements for those tests at all. So it will depend on the school you're considering. And I just want to remind you, I know there's a lot of pressure out there on these tests, related to these tests. You are so much more than a number, and a test score by itself really does not mean anything. Only in the context of your record, which includes your grades, the courses you've taken to challenge yourself, do they begin to even suggest your potential as a student.
So where can I learn the best strategies for testing success and stay in a reasonable budget?
The best foundation you can have for any of the standardized tests is showing up and being a diligent student. Now, you can discern
To a successful student, see the Student Loan Finance Course, College Planning Services, preparing your student for college, loan.com. Hello and welcome to A Successful Student. I'm good to have you with us. If you're behind me, we are coming, a lot of young students, perfect view with that. Today we're going to very important aspects, admission process. Are you ready? The beginning, when and where, and help us through. Here, admissions professors to you, Ned Fraser. Sir.
It's my pleasure to be here.
The question we hear all the time is the best time to, the old saying, it's an hour early rather than a minute late. When truly is the best time
to apply is when you can vacation. You'll have several that you're considering that you can decision deadlines. Some meaning you'll of your completed application out there called early decision one, but that's something to consider. Many options you'll need to figure which of them will give you the best of yourself in the best light.
Okay, Ned, what is that exactly?
Yeah, an early decision not for every applicant. About your college search, frankly, through research and hard work, where you know you'd like to spend, consider early decision. To put your, you are, as however, letting that school that should you be accepted, accept their offer of financial aid. The downside there is the offers, the regular decision processes. Apply early decision and offer of admission, your applications. Considering. So you are with early decision.
Some schools have a college, some don't. Right. What's the best place to write for you?
That'll be up in time, almost or another class that you'll be taking here. There are several you two. One of them is called Colleges That Change Lives. At the first third of some great strategies together an effective college search. Of course, ultimately you're going to need to invest yourself in that process, visit them, chat with students, sit in on class, field research, if you will, how you feel about tuition.
So now, and my safety balance between a safety school and the reach school.
The original research you're doing on your